I took a break off social media, and here's why. I am filming this Sunday, August 20th, and I took my social media break for pretty much the whole month of July. I remember getting off like right after July 4th, and then I kind of got back on social media a month later at the beginning of August, and now I'm back off again. I took a break for a lot of different reasons. We'll get into that, but my main break was from TikTok and Instagram. So I'm filming on YouTube. I did continue filming on YouTube and uploading shorts, and YouTube content is the only content that I would consume during this break because YouTube is just a little bit different than Instagram and TikTok. They're both so much alike, but YouTube is just like its own thing. So the issues that I was having weren't happening on YouTube, so that's why I kept it. So when I got off, I didn't have any kind of idea of how long I would be off. I just know I wanted to have a break. So I have done a full social media break before, but the circumstances were different. So I took my first social media break in 2021 for about 6 months, and at that time I had no idea how long I was going to be off. One day I decided just to get back on. I said the circumstances were different because at that time I didn't have the following that I do now. I wasn't pushing out and making as much rave and travel content then as I was now. So as much as I've been wanting to kind of take this break for a while, I felt like I couldn't because I wouldn't be posting content. I felt like if I wasn't posting content, I wouldn't grow and I would lose momentum, all the things. But here's the thing, I really wasn't growing and I've already lost momentum. So let's get into the reasons why I got off social media. As I just mentioned, I said I was losing momentum and not growing. So when you're in the social media realm and you're a content creator, you do want to grow your platforms, obviously, but mine just kind of staggered off, and I lost momentum, and really just my creativity had dried up. I just didn't feel the need all right, so my creativity, it just wasn't there. I didn't feel like posting anything. I had no desire to create anything. Nothing was coming to me. And not only was it because I was just like, damn, I'm not really growing, like it kind of gets you down, but also too, I am exhausted and I am burnt out from traveling and raving and creating content. So that's a whole nother video in itself that is coming, but I kind of just don't want to do this. I need a break from all of this and kind of sit back and figure out why is it that, I want to grow my platform. And I discovered that in the time that I was off, I don't want to be just another content creator or another rave creator. Like, here's my Heart Raves link code or whatever, pushing tickets. Like, I don't want that. Like, I want to grow because I want to help and inspire people to keep traveling and going to festivals outside of the normal American festival circuit. So I'm getting on a tangent, but anyways, so my creativity was drying up. That's why I wanted to get off. Another reason was that I was getting just so caught up in the comparison and the FOMO. So we all know that social media can show you things that aren't necessarily happening in your life and make you jealous or put you down, so that's like where the comparison comes in. People even tell me all the time, like, oh my god, it's so cool that you go to all these festivals and you travel, I wish I could do that. So like, again, even people look at me and wish they could do what I do, or I'm looking at other people and wishing that I could do what they do. So it's just this vicious cycle of comparison all day long. And then with the FOMO, like, there are a lot of things that I need to work on in myself and figure out for myself, and watching everybody just continuously keep doing things or going out and going to events, going to festivals. I was like, at this moment, I cannot be doing that. For one, I'm tired of it, but two, like, I just don't have the capacity to do it, the mental capacity to do it. And so I was like, let me just eliminate the problem and stop watching what everybody's doing and only focus on myself. So by getting off social media, I eliminated the comparison and the FOMO. Another reason was that I was just getting so damn annoyed with the types of questions that I get, or the comments that are constantly flooding in through my DMs and in the comments section. Thankfully, most of my stuff is very supportive and genuine questions that I'm happy to answer, but sometimes I do get negative comments. Like, I get if we have a difference in music taste or a difference in festivals, that's fine. But when people start attacking my appearance, that is not okay. And you can say, fuck these trolls, it doesn't matter what they say, but like, those comments still linger. Like, I know I got a big nose. That's normal to me. I've gotten used to that, and I like it, and I would never get a nose job. But like, there were dirty ass men in my comments talking about my nose. Like, what the fuck? Like, that is not okay. And then like the types of other annoying comments, besides from the negative, thankfully that's only like one negative comment for every like 1,000 good comments, you know. But the type of stuff I was getting annoyed with were just like people. Like, I'll post a video and explain what I'm doing in the caption and then pen a comment, and then people will still ask why I'm doing what I'm doing. And I'm like, read the caption, read the comment. Like, I just got so sick of trying to constantly explain myself, and I know I don't have to. Like, I put that info out there, and it's your fault that you don't know how to read the caption or the comments, you know? So I was just getting annoyed with that, and then just some of the type of questions that I was getting asked were just, it's kind of ridiculous in my mind. And I'm like, look, I want to be a content creator long run, and if I'm getting so annoyed with these people and these questions and comments right now, like, let me just take a step off, decompress, because like, I don't want to be annoyed every time I open up a DM and see another question. Like, again, so many questions are valid, but don't, for example, like, don't ask me what type of umbrella I'm using. Like, it's an umbrella, just go get one. So that's an example of one type of question that you don't need to ask. Like, okay. Another reason, I was spending so much time just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and flipping through every single platform, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, just constantly consuming other people's content. And TikTok has evolved, and it's not just like a little dancing app, you know. There's so much information of value on it, or like cooking things or traveling things. So like, I am getting I'm not just consuming trash content all day, but reality is, I'm not even lying when I say that I would get in bed at 9 p.m. like, oh, I'm tired for the night, I'm gonna go to bed, and end up scrolling till 1 a.m. That is disgusting. Who in their right mind needs to do that? And you know what's even crazier? When I tell my friends that like I was doing that, they're like, same. I've done that so many times. Like, that is not okay to scroll for 4 hours straight consuming everybody else's content, or just consuming content at all. Like, I could be reading, I could be asleep. Like, that is not okay. Or sometimes, for example, it would take me, if you've ever been inside my apartment, you know just how small it is. This is so ridiculous to say that it would take me sometimes 7 hours to clean my apartment, because I'd clean the kitchen, sit down and scroll. I would clean my bedroom, sit down and scroll. Like, no, just get it done. I was spending so much unhealthy time on those apps, and I wanted to break that habit. Another reason, I'm so sorry if the wind is bothering you. I really hope I don't have to go home and film this whole video all over again. This is just so pretty though. Another reason, I found myself sharing just way too much of my life, and I wanted to set some boundaries. So when I travel and go to music festivals, or when I combine the two, I share everything, and I am filming for 3 different platforms. Now, it's easier to film for Instagram and TikTok because the phone is held vertically, but when I want to film for YouTube, I have to film sideways, and it's just like I'm constantly filming just so much stuff. And that's fine, like when I'm in the festival and travel realm, like as exhausting as it is, like I love doing it, and I love the feedback that I get, because I know I'm helping somebody and answering those questions about where to go in Hong Kong or Egypt, or what this festival was like. Like, I love doing it. So in that aspect, I don't mind sharing everything that I do, eat, and see when I'm traveling and festivaling. But I realized like I was also doing that when I'm home in Miami. And of course I want to share, like, I live in Miami and I'm going to these these cool places and eating this good food, and I want to share, but it's like, girl, you are sharing just way too much. And like, where are the boundaries? Where does it end? So it just got too much. I just wanted to cut it all off. Essentially, all of those reasons also ties into this next big reason, is that the main thing is like, I needed to focus on myself. So the reality of it is we live in a life where we just have ebbs and flows. Sometimes we're on top of the world, and sometimes we feel like we're in hell and we can't get out, and we're sad and all of that. And so that's my reality, is that I was at a low point. I don't want to get into that right now, but it's just like my mental health wasn't there. I wasn't feeling good about myself and what I was doing, and I needed to take control of the things that I can't take control of. And you know, I kind of sat down and realized I wasn't making any progress on any areas of my life that I wanted, you know, to up level. And so I just eliminated my number one distraction, which was social media. When you're constantly consuming everybody else's content and you're not in the right headspace, you don't have the mental health in check, that can really affect you. So everything that I just listed, like the FOMO, the comparison, the lack of creativity, like that also really just fed into where I was with my mental health, and I was not feeling good. So by eliminating that number one distraction and something that was like feeding into like the negative ways that I was feeling, I was able to, you know, kind of refocus everything on myself, do things that would make me feel good. So for example, instead of scrolling 4 hours every single night, now I can read before bed. And I've been wanting to develop a new routine, so that's what I'm doing. And I took an inventory of my life, like what is not working, what is working, let's change things. So like developing a new routine, and you know, finally like starting to get to the things that I've been putting off for so long, and you know, just getting my mental health in check and in the right place, mainly for the most important reason of all is that like I'm getting off birth control now. So that is a whole different video in itself. So everything I needed to just take a step back, completely eliminate social media, my number one distraction, and just refocus all that attention onto myself, to get myself right, to develop a new routine, and to get some new boundaries and new habits in check for when I do get back on social media. So I did get back on social media a little bit for like 1 week in August. I was mainly just posting and ghosting. There was a lot of, not a lot, but some things I wanted to post. Okay, there's a lot happening out here. Okay, so there were some things that I did want to post from Hard Music Festival, and then like my pictures from July that I wanted to post, but I was mainly just like posting and ghosting, posting, and then getting right off. But I did that for like a week straight, because like I did in my mind when I got off, I was like, I'm still gonna like take pictures and, you know, get content, and then eventually, you know, I'll post it, but I don't have to be posting it like in real time. I didn't want it to all stack up. So once I got in the midst of like my break, I was like, okay, I think I want to come back for ARC, like my full return, where I'm, you know, back to documenting what I'm doing at festivals, not only just for YouTube, but for TikTok and Instagram as well. And when I get back on fully on social media, there are some things that I want to implement. So let's get into my new healthy habits. One being, let's limit the scrolling time. There's no need to be scrolling for 4 hours every single night. So definitely cut that back. Like, I don't have a set time, but also too, like, something I noticed when I did get on and I was posting, I call it posting and ghosting, because I didn't sit there and watch everybody's stories or scroll or catch up or things like that. I did watch a few stories here and there. You know, when you open up Instagram and it shows like 3 or 4 stories right at the top, those are the only ones that I would maybe click on, but I wouldn't sit there like, oh my God, what has everybody been doing? I don't give a fuck anymore, honestly. Or I didn't want to scroll through my feed and catch up what people are doing. Like, I literally don't even care. So I'm hoping that stays when I do fully get back on, that I don't want to just scroll just for hours on end. So I just mentioned I don't care what anybody's doing, honestly. Like, I kind of don't. Like, obviously I love to see my friends do good and how they're doing, because, you know, I don't talk to, you know, people every day, so it's nice to see if they're ones that post every day or sometimes a week. Like, I got my friends in Texas or even around like Miami that I'm not constantly in touch with, so it would be cool to see and, you know, how they're living life and see them smile and talk and what they're eating, do all the things. But at the same time, like, I just don't care. Like, I don't give a fuck about FOMO anymore. I don't care if somebody's at a festival and I'm not. I don't care if somebody's at some nice rooftop in Miami and I'm not. I don't give a fuck. Like, all of that's irrelevant to me. I'm happy for you guys, but I don't give a shit. So, the way I'm feeling, I don't know if I'm going to be scrolling and watching everybody's stories again, or scrolling through and seeing everybody's posts. I don't know. At this point, I just really don't care, and I'm loving it. Another healthy habit: if I don't feel like creating, then I'm not. I am done Done are the days of feeling like I have to post every day on TikTok or 3 times a week on Instagram or post 1 YouTube video a week on YouTube. I really don't care. And if it's not there, I'm not gonna force it. I'm not gonna push it. If I don't feel like it, I'm just not gonna fucking do it. You know, like I've had to reevaluate why I want to grow my following, and I want to attract the right followers. So if you're here to learn about festivaling and traveling, and I'm gonna, you know, expand more into the foreign festival circuit, then you're the person that I want. Or if you need help knowing how to do things alone or whatever, like that's what I'm here for. But I'm not gonna be the, you know, festival and makeup fashion festival girly. That's not gonna be me. I'm gonna show you what I eat, and I'm gonna show you how to travel the world, and that's what I want to grow, and I want to inspire people. So if you're one of those, join me. And it's okay if it's a steady and slow growing process, because like I want to make sure that I attract the right people. And it's kind of funny because even though I did take a break from all 3 platforms, like not consistently on YouTube, I did take like a few weeks off, I was still growing, and that's what I want, just to grow slow and like, I mean, of course it'd be cool to get an influx of followers right away for the right reasons, but I'm not just here to push out content just so I can get followers. No. Another healthy habit that I want to really set some boundaries on everything that I share and post. You know, obviously the festival travel content, I will be posting and sharing as much as I possibly can, because I know that people like that and I get such good feedback. And when I do that, I'm a creator, so I do have to pay attention to my analytics and the views and comments, engagement. And when I do that, I see a rise in my story views. And so that makes me happy that when I am capturing all that festival and travel content, people are watching and like it and love it, and the feedback I get is amazing. So I'm gonna keep that up, but have just a little bit more personal space and boundaries when I'm home in Miami. I don't always have to be showing what I'm doing every Friday night, every Saturday night, or weekend at home, or letting everybody know, like, if I'm home, I'm just chilling and I'm happy doing it. Like, no, like, I will pick and choose what I want to share and post. And say if I do want to post every night that I'm out, fine, but it's just like, I don't got to be showing every aspect of it, you know? So just work on the boundaries of what I do and share when I'm home in Miami and with my friends here. And something else, like I just don't want to be getting on first thing in the morning, you know? I've developed such a good morning routine, and I want to stick to that. And getting up and getting on social media first thing in the morning and just being exposed to everybody else, like, no, this is me, this is my time. It does help that I did start, working out first thing in the morning. There is no time to get on social media. I get up at 5:45 a.m. and go to the gym. There is no time to scroll, so that will significantly help when I do make a full return back. All right, so let's wrap this video up because I'm trying to go to the beach. I love creating content, and of course I want to keep doing it, but I realize that taking these breaks from time to time is necessary, and I'm glad that I have the freedom to do so. That, you know, the type of creator I want to be isn't one that is pushing just products and brands and, you know, rave brands and all that. So I was allowed to take that space, and it made me realize, like, I don't want to say ever, you know, I think, like, if a brand that I really truly believe in came to me, I would work with them, but I don't want to be forced to create content, especially for the sake of somebody else, you know? And so I want to keep creating the festival and travel content and inspiring as many people as I can to go to their first festival or step outside of the US borders. The world is massive. That's what I want to keep doing, and keep inspiring you guys to try something for yourself that you've never done before, or on your own, or to go see a foreign festival, all the things, all of that. Like, I just want to keep doing that. So of course I want to keep creating content in that realm. And last but not least, thank you so much to everybody that checked up on me. So I'm not the type of person that's gonna get on and announce, hey, I'm taking a break, you know how to reach me. No, I'm just gonna get the fuck off. And if people notice, then they notice. It didn't even matter. But I just had so many people DM me, and I saw all those DMs when I got back on. Thank you so much. And even the text messages, Like people were like, hey, I haven't seen you post in a while, I hope you're doing okay. Like I appreciate that so much. Like the amount of people that, you know, came to check up on me was incredibly tremendous, and that meant so much to me. Thank you so much. And it's like, this is exactly why I do what I do. And most of those people that checked up on me were like people in the rave scene, and it's like, this is why I keep creating content, because I love it and the connections that it's brought me. And so just thank you for the bottom of my heart. That made me feel so good. And if you sent me a DM and I just liked it, like I didn't at the time have the capacity to write a message back, but thank you. It meant the world to me. It didn't go unnoticed. I appreciate you all so much. That is it. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel, because I am still doing the festivals, food, and flying content. Give this video a thumbs up if it resonated with you, or if you've been thinking about taking a social media break or whatever. If you have any questions about that, just do it. If you're thinking about it, just do it. But I'm back on my full capturing of everything and documenting for ARC, so go ahead and follow, and we'll see each other at ARC.